Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. That was a really weird intro. This is my, I think fourth video now on my pregnancy series, and this is really all about what to expect at certain weeks through your pregnancy. So if you've not watched my other videos, go and have a quick watch. Depending on maybe where you're at in your journey, you might want to watch certain videos to help you along your way. I know that really helped me, so I thought, let's make some YouTube videos. I love creating and I love connecting with other people. Yeah. Today's video, let's get right into it. I am currently 20 weeks pregnant, halfway there, woohoo! So here's my little bumpy. I actually think it's really small compared to other people's bumps, but we're not comparing. We ain't comparing. But yeah, it's kind of hard not to. I do think it's a little bit small, but maybe I'm just gonna have a little petite baby. So today I'm gonna chat about my 20-week scan, which was our last scan. I'm gonna speak about finding out if it was a boy or a girl, and also my symptoms from week 16 through to week 20. So recently we went for a private scan at 17 weeks, where we are in Scotland. They don't tell us the gender at the 20-week scan due to different reasons, so we thought let's get booked in for a little private scan because we really wanted to know. We lost a baby a couple of years ago, and that really affected us mentally, definitely. I've spoke about that in my first video and how that has sort of impacted me and my partner throughout this pregnancy. So finding out for us was such a big deal because I really felt like it helped us almost feel like it was real, sort of feeling, oh, this isn't real, up until maybe recently, week 16 I would say, until I've actually started to get a little bump, and all of the scans that we've been going to and the updates that everything is going fine. So if you have been through loss before, maybe you're pregnant or you're yet to get pregnant, or maybe you want to in the future, these feelings are really normal. You can't expect to just connect straight away when you have maybe lost before, and you've had all of those feelings of something being taken away from you. It is ridiculous how out of breath I am. That's one of the symptoms that I'll chat about. But yeah, so let's get on to the gender reveal. So I know lots of people do lovely things for their gender reveal after finding out. They might do something with family or pop a balloon, cut a cake, all of these things, but we just wanted to keep it quite simple and find out at our gender scan together as a couple. So yeah, we went at week 17. I think it was week 18 maybe. So it was a couple of weeks ago, and we found out we were having a girl. So I'm gonna be a girl mom, and my partner was so excited. I think he did think deep down it was a girl. So yeah, we're both so excited. We have a little baby girl, and I feel like now it does feel more real. I think it's special either way, if you find out during birth or if you find out before. None of my family found out about the gender until birth, so I am the first one to do that. But for me, that felt like the right thing to do, and for me and my partner, it felt right. So yeah, we've been buying clothes, we've been given lots of clothes from family who have had a little girl recently, which has been a massive help. If you can take, if you can get help from anyone, if you've got family or friends who've just recently had a baby, take what you can get, because yeah, it's quite a lot to buy all these different clothes. There's lots of things that you need to get, so take the help. going to start off chatting about our scan, and maybe this will help anyone who wants to know what to expect at your 20-week scan. As I always say in these videos, it might be slightly different in different places in the world. I'm in Scotland in the UK, so things might be slightly different from where you are, but I'm going to give you a rundown of how it went for us. In the scan, it is very detailed compared to your other scans. They will go through every single part of the body and make sure everything's looking healthy and in line with where it should be. I don't know really the anatomy and the ins and outs of it, so I'm not going to go into all of that, but what to expect is a little bit longer than your other scans. I also had to empty my bladder when I went in because she said that it was too full, and at these scans, because baby is bigger, you don't really need to fill your bladder as much, so you don't need to drink tons and tons of water for your 20-week scan. Don't worry about that. Week scan, we got checked again for everything. They did take a lot longer than our private scan. I'd been told before that at this scan they might go a little bit silent at points, just because they are really checking all of the organs, checking the brain, different sizes of everything in the body. Is it measuring up to where it should be? But I actually found the lady who was doing it was really helpful in terms of like keeping us in the loop of what was going on. She sort of spoke to us the whole way through. So if she was going to the head, she would tell us, you know, this is what this is called, this is where it's supposed to be at this stage, and everything looked ideal, which is fab. She was measuring 3 days behind, but that is really normal. So if you're yet to have your scan, and maybe you have a baby that's a little bit ahead or a little bit behind, what the women sort of told us is that you can't be exact with these things in terms of when you've conceived to what stage you're at in pregnancy. Sometimes baby will just be 2 or 3 days behind where you're supposed to be at, so that all seemed absolutely normal. We said I might just be having a little petite baba. She might be 3 days behind the whole way through, so yeah. That's just to sort of when they guess my due date from conception, and yeah, so I wasn't too worried about that at all. Just gonna have a little small bubs, I think. Drop in the comments below if you had the same thing. It would be nice to know if anyone's had that before and been told that their baby is maybe 3 days ahead or 3 days behind. So they also told us that I am going to be a low risk, based as a low risk pregnancy. So that will be our last scan, and the next things that we'll have will be with our midwife, where they will check on the measurement of my bump and sort of look at the growth from there. So it won't be any more scans unless we want to get a private one, which I'm not sure of yet. So yeah, I couldn't believe when she said that. It wasn't really because this is my first baby. I didn't really know if there was another scan afterwards, or maybe if they would ask me to come back. So it felt good to know that everything was low risk. Let's get on to symptoms. What have I been feeling recently from week 16 to week 20? Bigger. To be quite honest, I feel a lot bigger in my body, just heavier. Although my bump feels, I'd say it feels quite small, I can definitely feel that I'm carrying more weight when I'm trying to get up off of bed or off the couch. I feel, I'm gonna sneeze. Yeah, so I feel like when I'm getting up off the couch or out of bed, I feel like it's a mission compared to before. I'm really having to push myself up. So I can't imagine what it's going to be like in 10 weeks time. I'm halfway there, but I still got a while to go. So it's currently end of November. I am due the start of April. And yeah, I'm trying to think ahead of like, how am I going to be feeling in February if I can't really get out of bed right now? Hilarious. Bet you mums who've got babies and you've been pregnant lots of times will watch this and be like, yeah, you've got a long way to go, girl. But I'm ready for it all. So symptom wise, I've been feeling a lot more tired recently. I think as well, coming into winter, we're probably all feeling into that hibernation mode. But I certainly feel it a lot more than maybe what I have previously. And it feels like I can sleep for like 10 plus hours, and that's normal. If you kept me sleeping and I would just sleep, I need to set an alarm or ask my partner to wake me up, because otherwise I'll just keep sleeping. And it doesn't feel like I've overslept, it feels like my body actually needs it and I'm in a really deep sleep. So like sometimes I'm so thirsty at nights before I go to sleep. I'm drinking like 5 glasses of water and then not waking up during the night, and I'm like, how is my body not waking up? It feels like I'm in such a deep sleep, and then when I do eventually wake up, I need a pee so badly. So yeah, I think at this stage, baby's really absorbing all of the nutrients and the water that I'm putting in my body, and I'm sort of being left with maybe not as much, because I definitely feel thirstier and hungrier. And I think I've said this in all my videos, generally just really hungry, really thirsty. In terms of symptoms, sometimes in terms of cravings, I don't really feel like there's anything where I'm like, I need this right now, I need this. But water has been the thing, like just freezing cold water. Food wise, I'm trying to eat really healthy. I'm trying to give my girl the nutrients she needs. But as I've said before in other videos, I'm not like putting pressure on myself on just eating whole foods, because sometimes I do feel like the odd sweet. And you know, if you're visiting family and things like that, sometimes things go out of balance. So I would say, don't put pressure on yourself and don't feel guilty. I think feeling stress and anxiety from your own guilt is worse than having a bit of rubbish food. You know, it's finding the balance. I love oranges right now, and grapes, and like things that are really hydrating me. They feel really good. I can sit and snack on oranges, grapes, blueberries, mango with lime. Honestly, if you haven't tried mango with squeezed lime on top, do it. It's so good. So good. What else have I been feeling recently? I'm trying to think. I should have probably wrote down some notes for this video. I'm just like doing it. I think I've been feeling more confident in my body in terms of sort of mental health. We'll go into that a little bit. On body positivity, I felt like I'm accepting that my body's changing and growing. My boobs, like what the hell? If you want a free boob job, get pregnant. What on earth? Like, they're just growing. Obviously, they're growing milk, and that's something that I'm now looking at, is when do you start pumping the cholesterol and things like that. I've still got a while to go until that will happen, but I can definitely feel the process happening, and I kind of feel sometimes these sharp pains in my boobs at the side. I don't know why I'm feeling my boobs right now on YouTube. Let's stop doing that. Okay. Yeah, in terms of how I'm feeling in my own body, we done a little photo shoot. My partner is actually a photographer, so a little bit handy when it comes to getting photos that I don't need to pay for. That's always good. So we done a forest photo shoot when I was, I think I was it 18 weeks. I'll pop the pictures below so you can have a little look. But yeah, it made me feel really good. I would recommend, if you're pregnant at any stage, get some lovely pictures. It doesn't have to be on a camera, you don't have to pay for it professionally, but get some lovely pictures of you in nice environments that you like to look back on. I think it makes you feel really empowered and really great. Especially, like, I looked at my 14 weeks pictures that I got compared to my 18 weeks, and there was a big difference. Whereas, like, I think day to day, it's like when you go to the gym and you're putting on muscle, you don't always see it, but then you look back at pictures and you're like, oh, there is quite a big difference there. So I'm going to continue to do that. I think it's really empowering for us women to feel good in our bodies as we go through all of these changes. And it's quite a bonding thing as well with your partner, where they can really see, like, oh wow, like her body is changing and it's happening. So yeah, I would recommend getting some photos of you throughout your pregnancy. In terms of family and friends now, I'm starting to feel that people are seeing my bump, and they're sort of asking lots of questions on, like, what are you going to do for birth, where are you going to give birth, how do you feel about becoming a mum. And I think all of these questions start to sort of come at this point as people start to realise more that you're going further into your pregnancy, and that feels really nice. It's nice to talk about it, and it's nice to sort of think ahead for what's to come when you've got a baby and what your plans are. But I also think it can come with a bit of pressure on you as a first time mum. If you are a first time mum, or even maybe you have children, it can still feel like pressure. But I certainly feel like, because my life is changing so much, sometimes I feel a bit like, oh, I don't actually know the answer to your questions. So I'm not really sure where I'm going to give birth, how I'm going to give birth. I'm just kind of taking each day as it comes. So don't feel too pressured if people are asking you lots of questions. But yeah, I think that's actually it for today. I don't really want to blabber on, because I think I pretty much put everything in a nutshell with the scan and my symptoms, and how I'm feeling.
And bang on time, my camera decided to die. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please subscribe to my channel, I would really appreciate it. If you could like this video, and don't forget to turn on notifications to see when my next video will be. I'm hoping to record at about 25 weeks to update you on how things are going, and hopefully this helps you along your way as well. Have a lovely Christmas!